another one of those matches that could be a main event anywhere else in the world, but here in PWG, it is not. We've got Jack Evans, making his PWG debut. As you can see right there, very agile, a tremendous high flyer, taking on the fallen angel, Christopher Daniels, one of, if not the best professional wrestlers in the world today.
And we have him in a PWG ring. Jack Evans for the first time, and Chris Daniels, no stranger to PWG rings.
That's very true. You've seen him on numerous cards. Christopher Daniels giving Jack Evans what for, showing that he doesn't need all of the fancy flippity-doos to win a match. And, that's basically what this will come down to. It'll come down to technical wrestling, the crowd firmly behind Christopher Daniels. Maybe not everybody familiar with Jack Evans at this point, but I'm sure by the end of the night, everyone in the audience will be a fan of Jack Evans.
That's right. And Jack Evans making his reputation with those flips and his body motions, which is incredible. No one can duplicate it. But Chris Daniels made his reputation by winning wrestling.
That's very true. And as I was saying, this match will basically be a battle between the aerial assault of Jack Evans and the technical, just the technical mastery of Christopher Daniels.
Now, you would see the size advantage here, which you think that Christopher Daniels would obviously have. Jack Evans, quick as a cat.
It's a situation very similar to our second match of the night, where Puma and Tony Stradlin. Puma, the smaller man, but he still was able to come up with a victory over the much bigger, much stronger Tony Stradlin, and that could very easily be the case here. Jack Evans, no stranger to the pay window. He's visited the pay window many times, and for him to actually score a win over Christopher Daniels, though, that would be an extra special win. And now we see Jack Evans, the crowd saying that Christopher Daniels was served in that instance. Christopher Daniels going for the flying mare, Jack Evans flipping out of it and just landing on his feet and throwing it in the face, showing Christopher Daniels that my aerial expertise is worth more than moves off the top. He can apply it in almost any situation.
And Christopher Daniels, much saying to Jack Evans here, that's a great move, but it's not going to win your wrestling match. And that's what he showed him right there, that even though you can do that, I can do that. And
Christopher Daniels throwing it back in the face of Jack Evans, and we saw there, Jack Evans, flipped out of another flying mare, but Christopher Daniels right back on top of him with the arm drag, and showing why Christopher Daniels is the consummate professional, and why he is one of the most well-respected wrestlers in professional wrestling today, because he does have the mind for wrestling as well as the ability and the body for it. He is the total package, you might say.
No wasted effort on Christopher Daniels' part, and Jack Evans is feeling that right now. Side headlock.
Christopher Daniels cranking back on the side headlock, and Jack Evans is just he's in a very bad predicament. He backs him in and shoots him off. Christopher Daniels, a shoulder tackle, nearly running Jack Evans over, and Jack Evans very wisely escaping out of the ring. There's no way he can match up with Christopher Daniels in a blow for blow face off.
That's right. No way. And actually, very impressive that do-rag stayed right on.
That's very true. I think, much like many of our friends here at the Hollywood Jewish Community Center, they wear bobby pins or hairpins in their yarmulkes, and they do it so on windy days they don't blow away. And I believe that's what Jack Evans does.
I believe that some of those yarmulkes up to $4,000.
That's true. They have jewel encrusted gold leaf yarmulkes. I actually saw one where it was just a giant diamond. It was just a diamond carved and chiseled into a yarmulke.
And that's not being racist.
And you know who won that, or you know who wore that yarmulke?
Who's that?
Woody Allen, the king of the Jews. Congratulations, Woody Allen. You are the leader of your people.
I speak for all males, we envy you.
That's very true. And Jack Evans with an elbow to the face, Christopher Daniels now backing him in. Christopher Daniels not taking that and going for a hip toss. Jack Evans flips out of it and very, very quickly rolls him up. Not even a 2 count, a 1 count. Christopher Daniels I believe he has mustered the do-rag, and now Jack Evans forced to take it off.
Much like Jerry Lawler, he's had enough. He's thrown the do-rag down.
That's right.
Pull the strap down.
And the crowd a bit split. They're very, very impressed by Jack Evans' ability at this early point, and now some of the crowd getting behind Jack Evans. Jack Evans almost jawing with the crowd, trying to play some head games with Christopher Daniels, but it'll take more than head games to win a match against Christopher Daniels, Disco.
Absolutely, and Rick Knox knows it too. He says, hey, he's not going to beat you on this day. And then, Rick Knox actually exchanging hair tips.
That's what it was. Jack Evans making a comparison between Rick Knox and Christopher Daniels in the fact that they are not of the full follicular glory that Jack Evans is.
Sans follicles.
That's right. And now the retarded gentleman in the crowd getting in the face of Christopher Daniels. Christopher Daniels inviting him into the ring, saying, "Hey, why don't you try doing my job for the night? And I'll have the orange slice mouth guard and the helmet, and I'll do your job for the night."
And the retarded man coming back with a great retort, "I have hair," which who knew?
He'll win that argument every time.
And now Jack Evans really wrenching that arm at Christopher Daniels.
Christopher Daniels, though, showing his technical expertise and just escaping from that into an arm wringer of his own. Jack Evans rolls through.
Rolled through by Jack Evans.
Let me just step on your lines.
No. Just, I'm going to call it Wolfer. And
Jack Evans is
hand plant?
Yeah, hand plant. It wasn't even a cartwheel. It was more of a I don't even know. Jack Evans. Yeah, backflipping out of it, and now Jack Evans he's still no matter what he's tried, he's still in the arm wringer. Christopher Daniels is not letting himself be intimidated or confused by Jack Evans' aerial wizardry.
And Jack Evans really don't even. The wrestling is what we said before that wins Christopher Daniels matches, and Jack Evans is noticing that, and now he just decides to throw 3 elbows in.
3 elbows, beautifully done by Jack Evans. Jack Evans flipping over Christopher Daniels. He rolls him up. 1, 2 count only. Jack Evans again. That lightning quickness, that speed, and that agility, catching Christopher Daniels by surprise. At the first time he caught him with it, he only got a 1 count. This time he gets a 2 count. Maybe next time he rolls him up, he'll get a 3 count this time. That's what we call logical progression.
That's right. That's right. And actually, if you had to explain that, I'm sure a lot of our listeners and watchers will be thrown off. They don't really know what's going on.
That's right.
It's like a stupid ballet.
That's right. And now Christopher Daniels again. He's got the arm wrung of Jack Evans. He's working him over. And now Jack Evans sweeps out the leg of Christopher Daniels. He runs off the ropes. Daniels ducks down, and now he's got him up. Beautiful backflip drop kick on the back body drop attempt by Christopher Daniels. Jack Evans again catching Daniels by surprise. It appears that that Jack Evans is just wrestling to counter Christopher Daniels. That's how he expects to win this match. There's not gonna be one move from his arsenal that's gonna make or break this match. It's gonna be a mistake by Christopher Daniels that makes or breaks this match.
And Christopher Daniels does not make many mistakes. I'm sorry, Jack Evans. That scouting could be a little off, but you never know on any given day. And now a running knee by Jack Evans, and this is where Jack Evans, he cannot win a match on the outside, but he certainly can do some damage. And let's see what he's going to do here. He decides to.
He's going for the L7 squared. Oh my God! A beautiful springboard sky twister. Christopher Daniels didn't even see it coming. I believe he was looking at the retarded gentleman by the time Jack Evans.
He is quite distracting.
a beauty of a specimen, if you will.
He's arresting, if you will. When you look at him, you want to look away real quick.
But you can't because your eyes are just drawn back to him.
You can't believe how hideous he is. And now Christopher Daniels thrown back in the ring. Another young gentleman outside.
A shot of our ring crew, I believe.
Yes.
And now Jack Evans, he's trying to keep up the attack on Christopher Daniels. Again, jaw-jacking with the crowd, perhaps giving Christopher Daniels an opportunity to create a comeback. Oh, yes, it was. That's all it took. Christopher Daniels catching Jack Evans in the power slam and just putting him down on the springboard crossbody attempt.
And that's where Jack Evans, we talk about high risk. All those high risk maneuvers are great, but you have to hit them in the ring, and they have to be for pins. And Jack Evans really gambling on that time, and Christopher Daniels had it well scouted.
Christopher Daniels, a beautiful, beautiful, picture-perfect body slam. If you had to write a definition of body slam in the dictionary, it would just show a picture of Christopher Daniels doing that.
Exactly, over and over again, and it's so tremendous. And he's asking for one more. Yes, he's going to give it to him, and a third body slam.
You know how you can tell that body slam is more than just a formality in professional wrestling? When Christopher Daniels actually slams him down, Jack Evans' body weight bounces Christopher Daniels' feet off the mat. And go back and rewind it if you don't believe me. But you can see when Christopher Daniels slams Jack Evans down, his actual body is lifted off the mat because he throws Evans down with such force.
And this is Wrestling 101 right here. Look at that. Picture perfect.
He's got him
standing vertical suplex.
Shades of Lionheart, Chris Jericho, and everyone that's come before him with the beautiful, beautiful delay vertical suplex. And the crowd very appreciative. They know that move is not easy to do, and that's a 2 count only for Christopher Daniels. He complains for a second to Rick Knox, but I don't think I've ever seen a delay vertical suplex ever end a match.
No, but if you leave him up there long enough, his head will explode from all the pressure.
It's very true. It's very true.
Not a lot of people know.
And Christopher Daniels telling Jack Evans to break dance out of that as he knees him in the back. And, I don't really think there is a breakdance reversal for a knee to the back.
I'll tell you what, fans, when they yell up in the ring, they have some brilliance. Like I remember in the match before this, Super Dragon, someone called him Super Stupid.
Hey.
Yeah.
You're getting a little edgy here. You save that blue material for the improv, buddy. And Christopher Daniels again going for the suplex. Jack Evans reverses out of it. Elbows Daniels in the back of the head. Goes off. He catches him. And a standing moonsault press. 2 count only. Jack Evans, he's back up on his feet as quickly as he was down. He's keeping the attack on Christopher Daniels. He knows that that's what it will take for him to win this match. He cannot just rest on his laurels. He cannot wait for Christopher Daniels to make a mistake as he was earlier in the match. He knows by now that Christopher Daniels is going to take the fight to him. And he knows that Christopher Daniels is not going to take a night off. And a beautiful tilt-a-whirl backbreaker, a duo, and he's got him the 3rd time.
Will he go for a 4th?
Oh my God, he wrenches him over for a 4th. And a 5th backbreaker. Brutality personified. I cannot believe it. The crowd is they are fully 100% behind Christopher Daniels, and I must say that I am fully behind Christopher Daniels after that sequence of maneuvers.
That was incredible. I don't think I've ever seen it turned 5 times in a row, and now going for the pin.
I don't think I've ever seen it twice, Disco Machine,
I have to
let
say
alone
so.
5 times. And Christopher Daniels only getting a 2 count. Perhaps if he hooked the leg a little deeper, he could have got the victory. But Disco Machine, really? Who am I to give Christopher Daniels advice on professional wrestling?
No, actually, everything that Christopher Daniels does is good in our book.
That's right. And Jack Evans, he's clawing his way to the ropes. The crowd chanting either Jack or Tap. I can't really tell.
Jack tap, Jack, tap.
And Daniels is sitting back he's almost on the head of Jack Evans. He's just wrenching back full force with the Boston Crab attempt. But now he breaks off. He goes into the rolling bow and arrow stretch on Jack Evans, and he's just bending him like a wet noodle, Disco Machine.
And it seemed he was going for an STF on that one instead and rolled it into a bow and arrow. Quite innovative.
Quite innovative indeed. And Jack Evans, he's got to be thinking that exact same thing.
I think Jack Evans is thinking, when is my flight home?
That's right. And Christopher Daniels, he has administered quite a bit of punishment to Jack Evans up until this point right now. And Disco Machine, I would say that Jack Evans needs to do more than just capitalize on a mistake of Christopher Daniels. He needs to make a concentrated offensive attack to Christopher Daniels. He needs to capitalize on one missed opportunity and just bring the fight back to Christopher Daniels. Use the springboard kicks, use the drop kicks, use everything in his arsenal if he expects to win this match.
Could it be too late? Jack Evans seems worse for wear at this point, and now Christopher Daniels almost dragging him up, throw him into the corner, pillar to post. Christopher Daniels comes in, gets the boot.
That could be the mistake that he was waiting for. Jack Evans gets the boot up. Christopher Daniels, he catches him. Oh my God! It was almost a a flying head scissors DDT by Jack Evans, or a reverse DDT, I should say. He takes Christopher Daniels out, and that could be the mistake that Jack Evans was waiting for. Now, if Evans can capitalize on this, if he can press the attack, if he can keep on Christopher Daniels, you can see he breaks off those elbows to the side of the head of Daniels. Jack Evans, he backs him in, shoots him to the ropes. Beautiful flying back elbow. He covers him. 1, 2 count only for Jack Evans on Christopher Daniels.
And it's going to take a lot more than a back elbow to put down Christopher Daniels, but Jack Evans is just starting, it seems, at this point. Whips him in, and now what he's going to go for? He's going for that leg lariat.
Beautiful spinning leg lariat, taking Daniels off his feet again. Jack Evans pressing the attack. He could be wasting his breath. I would say that Evans would be better off hitting 3-4 moves in a row, then going for a pinfall, rather than trying to pin after every time. He capitalizes. Chris Daniels ducks under the leg lariat, but catches a drop kick right to the face. Jack Evans, he's cutting his throat. He knows it's over. Oh my God!
Twisty, springy thing.
The standing, I guess, Stardust press, I guess to call it, covers Daniels, and now Jack Evans running off. He runs. Oh my God! He hits him with. He was almost a somersault senton. 2 count again. Jack Evans, like I said before, might be better off to hit 3, 4, or 5 moves in a row, then go for a pinfall attempt. Because after that, Chris Daniels, it'll take a lot more for him to kick out than it would after just being put down with 1 move.
And Chris, you can see Jack Evans. Those elbows don't have what they used to have.
They don't have a lot of gas behind him. And now Chris Daniels blocking the Frankensteiner attempt. He's got Evans up. He flips him down to his feet. Oh my God! A beautiful enziguri by Christopher Daniels, just taking Evans off of his feet, taking the wind out of his proverbial sails, Disco Machine.
And actually knocking the pants down of Jack Evans in the process.
He hit him so hard he knocked his pants off. I believe that's the first time we've seen that in PWG.
1, 2. Oh, just a 2 count. Jack Evans running on fumes at this point. And now the pants are still down.
Christopher Daniels calling for the Angel's wings. He's got one arm hook. He's got the other arm. But Jack Evans, he sweeps up the legs. He pulls him up. He slingshots him over the top rope. Christopher Daniels takes an awkward spill to the floor. But now Jack Evans, he's got Daniels on the outside. He's in the inside. The ring is his canvas at this point, and it's up to Jack Evans to paint on it. And now Jack Evans, he's got Daniels spread out. Oh my God!
Springboard. What
I don't even know, but it appeared to end in almost a power bomb inadvertently by Christopher Daniels. And now, I believe a fan on the outside moving his Yoshinoya bowl from the head of Christopher Daniels.
That's almost $6 worth of Yoshinoya that I was almost taken out after that springboard sky twister. I will call it a springboard sky twister.
I will agree with you, Disco Machine.
With an extra twist.
That was an incredible maneuver by Jack Evans, and both men getting the 20 count from referee Rick Knox. And I don't blame either man for taking their time on the outside at this point.
Not at all. And thank goodness that referee Rick Knox has incorporated the 20 count into Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, not the 10 count. This actually gives,
because the match would be over at this point. Right now, but it is a 20 count. And now both men very, very slow to get to their feet. That Yoshinoya fork. The fork very
cleared out of the way. And thank goodness, because that'll make for some good eating. Jack Evans slowly ascending to the ring.
We are at 16 right now. 17, both men crawling their way back into the ring. It would be a shame, 18, if this match ended on a count up. But no, Jack Evans back in the ring at a 19 count. The fans very appreciative that this match will continue. And Disco Machine, I'm also very appreciative.
Yes.
I am enjoying this match, and for it to continue is just wonderful. And Christopher Daniels, a fiery elbow to the side of the head of Jack Evans. Jack Evans doesn't quite have the force behind his that Daniels does on his, but now Daniels he's gained the advantage. He's a series of elbows backs Jack Evans into the corner. Elbows, I called them.
Well, that's all right. That's all right. The pace is fast and furious, and Jack Evans. And now, what is he going to go for?
A cartwheel. A cartwheel back elbow when he knocks himself out of the ring. Now Jack Evans climbing up to the top. A diving knee attack to the back of the head of Christopher Daniels. Two count only. Christopher Daniels very nearly lost this match to the debuting Jack Evans here in PWG.
Jack Evans, his back is still busted from his outstanding maneuvers. Now wants to go for the suplex.
Backbreakers by Christopher Daniels. Daniels reverses. He hooks him in for it. He rolls through. He's got the leg hook. One, two count only. Christopher Daniels showing Jack Evans that, hey, I can surprise you with a pinfall attempt. And now Jack Evans, he hooks Daniels up. 2 count only. Daniels able to kick out of that. These men just trading pinfall attempts with one another. Jack Evans goes for the sunset flip. Christopher Daniels, he rolls through. He spins him up. And now Christopher Daniels, small package. 1, 2. Jack Evans rolling with the small package. Both men trying for the small package, but they're rolling on one another. And now neither man has a clear advantage at this point, and they're just going back and forth with the small package pinfall attempt. Referee Rick Knox doesn't even know what to do. And both men just have exerted themselves and just spent all of their energy trying to pin one another.
Rick Knox couldn't even get a 1 count down before it was reversed, and now both men are down.
A bit dizzy from that exchange.
We're dizzy from calling it and watching it, and Jack Evans, his back's still reeling.
And he can't even get to his feet, he's so dizzy. And now, referee Rick Knox again administering the standing 10 count. The crowd firmly behind both men. They want to see this match continue just as much as we do, Disco Machine.
And now, Christopher Daniels first to his feet, gives a kick to the midsection. And now, will he be going for the angel wings? No, he'll be going for the powerbomb. But Jack Evans comes out of it. Not a spinning kick.
Oh my God! A spinning high kick to the forehead of Christopher Daniels, just taking him off his feet. Jack Evans, you can see there is a lot taken out of him. He's going up to the top. The fans have called for it, and I believe Jack Evans is going for it. He's climbing up to the top ever so slowly. His back has taken quite a bit of punishment, but he's up top. He's going for it. Oh, 630, but nobody's home. Disco Machine. What an impressive maneuver. But Christopher Daniels, if the fans at home, or if the fans at ringside knew it was coming, Christopher Daniels had to know it was coming. And he did roll out of the way, able to avoid the 630 by Jack Evans. He picks him up. Oh, and just a backbreaker. Now Christopher Daniels, he's going to show off a little bit of aerial expertise of his own. Best moonsault ever. He covers it. 1, 2, 3. That's all it took. Christopher Daniels puts away Jack Evans. But that's not to discount the effort, to discount the performance of Jack Evans, making a very, very impressive debut here in PW.